together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by my brother Tim in just a little bit here. Not a huge slate to go over. We have one game in the NHL, which going forward only expect 1 to 2 games in the NHL every day because of the limited amount of teams still in. And then we have 2 games in the NBA, all of them potential elimination games. So we had the Boston Bruins up 3-2 in that series, looking to end that series tonight. We have the Pacers up 3-2, looking to end that series tonight, and we have the Knicks up 3-2, looking to end that series tonight. Only one team trying to end the series on the road here tonight, and that's the New York Knicks. So kind of interesting there, but. Before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a quick look at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. Overall, it was a slight down day yesterday for me, down 1.79 units. Baseball split out 3-3. Started off with a loss. Tampa Bay, first 5 minus 120 was a loser. But then we got the next 3 and then lost the last 2. Kansas City money line plus 116 was a winner there. Oakland Athletics even money winner there. New York Yankees first 5 plus 140 winner there. And then we have had the Colorado Rockies plus 125 and the Arizona Diamondbacks plus 120 double losers to end the night there. So 3-3 up 0.36 units in the MLB. NBA I can't believe I bet the Heat last night. That was ugly. It is what it is though, down 1.15 units. Heat plus 14.5 minus 115 loser. I should have split out on hockey last night. I really should have. Vegas lost. The one time I trust Vegas in the series, they lay an egg, which is nice. I need the Stars to go goodbye for at least the Pub Sports Radio player pool contest. So I'm going to need Vegas to win this series in 7. But that's beyond the point though. I've got people chasing me with a bunch of Stars players, so that's terrifying. But still in first place, only up by like two points now, and I have all 2 players going the rest of the first round. So we'll see how that goes. I noticed with my big stacks for that contest, all of them finished in 5 games: Oilers, Avalanche, and Panthers. So they didn't give me enough games to give me more points, but that's beyond the point. And then the Oilers -1 was a push. It was an unbelievably frustrating push because they were at 4-2, and LA scored with the goalie pulled, which was annoying. I did have a couple fun cashes in that game because one thing I noticed is that Fanatics, like during on straight bets, they'll give you 1% cash back in fan cash. Same game parlays are 5%. So I started messing around with that a little bit last night. I had a two-legger with Hyman goal and Draisaitl goal. I had Hyman goal with Oilers money line. I had Draisaitl goal with Oilers money line. I had Oilers money line and over 6.5. I did have a couple that lost. I had McDavid stuff, McDavid goal with Hyman goal, McDavid goal with Leon goal, stuff like that. But there was one thing that I was watching the game. I never bet these. And the first time I bet one, it hits. And I want to get it up real quick here. I never bet these, and I sat there during the second period, and the first power play, or they went to a power play, and it was there we go. They went to a power play, and I said Leon Draisaitl was going to score the goal, and then he did. Later in the period, they went to another power play in the second period, and I thought to myself, all right, Zach Hyman is going to score a goal. 8-1. They scored with a little bit less than a minute left in the period,
and it said Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scored the goal. I could have sworn Zach Hyman scored the goal. I thought the puck didn't go in on Nugent-Hopkins' shot, and he tipped it in. But he gave the credit to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Until during the intermission, when the Edmonton Oilers tweeted out, "That's a Zach Hyman goal." So I hit 8-1 on a live Zach Hyman anytime second period goal scorer. That's the last time I'm betting one of those.
Jesus.
Here's the thing, though. It's so much fun with this Oilers power play. It's so damn good. So, yeah, it is what it is. But I pushed the -1. I was down a unit in hockey yesterday. 3-5-1, down 1.79 units, and that's how we start May, unfortunately. But April was up, I think, 9-ish units. So, profitable month in April. Hopefully, May will be profitable as well.
Dude, yesterday was awful.
Yeah.
We'll start off with the winners. Oakland Athletics sweep the Tampa Bay Rays. Sorry, the Pittsburgh Pirates. The under in the Mets game hit. He was safe. But the under in the Mets game hit. And then we got a push on the over in the Cincinnati game. Other than that, Tampa Bay gets blown out. The White Sox were close until that 9th inning, and the Twins go for 4 runs in the 9th, and we lose our cover. Colorado loser, Vegas loser, Arizona loser, Clippers loser, and you mentioned the Edmonton game. It was not pretty. 2-7-1, down 5.14 units. Move on to today. Short memory. I will say the college baseball plays yesterday went 3-2. We got winners with Liberty, Nebraska, and Mississippi State. Loser on Mercer and Lamar. So I end up going 3-2, up a little bit there. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably have some college baseball today, and we'll definitely have some other stuff because I know today's a ladder card.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm coming into the show with 2 bets already, and I was staring down a third, and I know you're against me on the third bet, so we'll talk it over here.
Okay.
Head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's card.
Morning, Sunshine. Good morning, Real Deal. Tennis plus money has been good to me this week. Get it. VGK looked tired. I didn't watch the game. Good morning, Earls. Good morning, Nathan. Marlins first 5 money line, first 5 under. No Marlins today. Preds in 7. No. Do we wait and live bet this Bruins game?
I think there will be live betting opportunities.
To go 7.
I think there will be live betting opportunities. We'll get into that when we get into the game in a minute.
It's 3-2 in the series, right?
Yes.
We're about to get 7.
It's not the series I think we get 7 from. I think we get
Sixers
7 from the 2
half. I'm on the opposite side of that game.
That's the play I was looking at, not first half of full game, though.
Let's start off with hockey, Nick.
Yeah, we have one game in the NHL today. We have the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. This line opened up on the 30th at -125. On the 1st, it was -111, and it's moved down to a 107. So we do a move towards the Boston Bruins, a pretty significant one. Line opened up at 5.5, -115, to 5.5 at -116 now. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one here, where let me get off of the NBA because I was looking at cash flow in the NBA, which points me towards a play. But 88% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on the Boston Bruins. The line's moving towards them now. 23% of the tickets, 60% of the cash on the over, and the line moving slightly towards that over. And I'm actually kind of interested in the over. And I think when you look at elimination games, I know a lot of people like to think increased intensity for defense and things along those lines. Here's my correlation with elimination games, which I think may end up landing me either on a team total over here tonight or a full game over. If you like the team with their back up against the wall, trying to fight to live another day, you like the under. Because if this is 2-1 Maple Leafs heading into the third period, they're going to try to sit on that lead as best as they can, and the game maybe finishes 3-1. If the Bruins lead 2-1 at the end of the third period, or at the start of the third period, this game could easily be 5-2 because a desperate Leafs team pulled the goalie multiple times. These are the type of games where I'll say if you like the Bruins, maybe not a bad idea is taking plus 220 with them on the reverse puck line. Because if they win this game and it's not in overtime, they're going to cover the puck line. And I think I may have personal plays on like Boston -1.5, Boston -2.5 type of thing. Anticipating maybe goalie pulls are a problem. And one thing, Tim, that I was kind of looking at that kind of caught my attention is let's take a little bit of a look back with what the Leafs have done at home during the playoffs as of late, which is lose, 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 and lose some more. The last time they won a home playoff game, game 2 against the Lightning in the first round last year. They lost game 1 against the Lightning 7-3. They beat the Lightning 7-2 last year in game 2. After that, they lost 4-2 in game 5. They lost game 1 4-2 against the Panthers. They lost game 2 3-2 against the Panthers. They lost game 5 against the Panthers 3-2. Against Boston, they lost game 3 4-2. They lost game 4 3-1. This team, home ice advantage is non-existent. Non-existent whatsoever with this Toronto Maple Leafs team. And I'm on the Boston Bruins. I got them in -105 yesterday. I look for the Bruins to wrap up the series tonight. I know a lot of people will make jokes, and I said it too. I'm like, oh, we all know what's going to happen here. The Maple Leafs are going to break their fans' hearts even more and force this game into 7. I don't see it. And I think I want to move on a team total over as well for the Boston Bruins, and I want to see what type of number I can get for it. I think I'm going to have to go to BetMGM here for it for a team total over 3. Because Pinnacle has -140 for 2.5, and I'm not going to lay $1.50 because I know Pinnacle's lines are always the shortest, and I don't have access to Pinnacle. I'm going to take a look at what BetMGM is offering for a team total over 3. I think I'm going to add that as well for the Boston Bruins.
I'm going to stick to my opposite side. I still have my future on Toronto, so I'm going to continue to ride them. I think they could force Game 7. But this is just a back and forth series so far where, honestly, we could still see it going either way. Because I don't know about you, Nick. What happened last year for Boston in the playoffs? There's no way they blow another 3-1 lead, right? Not
they absolutely could. This Toronto Maple Leafs can
come on. It's the Bruins. They're not going to blow 2 in a row. This one's going 7.
Absolutely can.
This one's going 7, and then I'm gonna. And then I'm going to bet the draw in game 7 because I think it's going to be an overtime game, and boy, will that be a fun game to watch. If that one goes game 7, I'll watch that one front to back because I think Toronto still has a legit chance to win the series. So sign me up. I'm taking the Leafs. Go get to game 7. Let's do it.
I'm adding a play to this game. I already have the Bruins -105. I'm adding the Bruins team total over 3 over on BetMGM at even money. Bruins team total over 3, BetMGM.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, fellas. NBA and NBA and baseball was good for me yesterday. NHL not so much. Leafs money line. Hear people humping up on the Leafs. Matthew Knives goal. He leads the team in goals. Max Domi goal. I believe in Bruins money line is the right side. I don't. Max Domi over shots on goal. Morning, broskies. Let's keep it rolling to start the month. Good luck today. You too as well. Stop Gio. Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Untouchable. Bertuzzi over shots on goal. Nylander Tavares goal. Leafs money line same game parlay. Cashed some beautiful same game parlays yesterday in the Oilers Kings for +2,000 and +3,100 boosted. Nice. Bruins and the under again, maybe a draw too. I like the I still like Toronto.
If you like the Bruins, you like the over.
There you go.
Especially at a 5.5 with the potential for a goalie pulse or third period over. That's another good one.
We can all blame Marchand if the Leafs were to win 7. We could.
Okay.
Spankies to score first, but O's money line. I will once again be on the O's again today. I will say I will only have one play in the MLB though. In the NBA though today, I will not have a play in this game.
Yeah, let's take a look at it here. The Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pacers -2.5 point favorite, or 8.5-point favorites. My bad. Wrong game. And then total of 214 in this one here. Let's take a look at the line history in this game where we have this line opening up at a 9. It got up to an 8.5, went down to a 9 and down to an 8. Now it's back to an 8.5. So we've had a half-point line movement here towards Milwaukee. Line opened up at a 215. It's down to a 214. So a line move towards the under in this spot here as well. We have, let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, NBA, where we have 16% of the tickets and 41% of the cash is coming in on the Pacers. The line moving towards the Bucks, but the public on the Bucks, 84% of the tickets, 59% of the cash on Milwaukee, 15,262 tickets in. 96% of the tickets, 90% of the cash on the over, with the line moving towards the under. Kind of piques my interest in maybe an under in this game. I'm not really betting too many totals in the NBA, though, and I've got my eye on the second game, not the first game. So this is a pass for me.
I mean, it's for me, it's got to be Milwaukee or nothing. Although I do have Indiana to win the series. I took Indiana to win the series before Giannis was ruled out. I got like plus 220 or something for it. So I'm happy with that. I also think Indiana has a shot to take down the Knicks in the second round. So I do like this Pacers team. That's why I'm staying off of this game in general. Is I don't want to fade them, although 8.5 points is a lot. But we did just see Indiana get blown out last game, so maybe that could deter a little bit of people from it. But I'm not going to bet this one. I already have a play in the second game.
Yeah, I think we're going to be against each other on the second.
We are probably because I know where your series props are at. So.
It's nothing to do with my series props. I bet the Knicks last game. It has nothing to do with that. There's other stuff that I want to talk about with that game.
That's fine. Back to the chat.
Where do you leave off?
Here.
Yo, what's good, Markel? Don't think the Pacers can cover 8.5. Bucks look like Rovettes. I mean, I could see it. Bucks plus 8.5. Pacers win by 15 plus. Fair. Under. I'm on the Pacers team total over 110.5. I may sprinkle Bucks plus the points to cover if the Pacers are up. Fair. Nah. Bucks money line. Pacers 111 to 115, 105. I could see that. Donation, says Tavon. You know, I think and this is nothing I bet because I think he's just talking about people betting the Bucks in the chat. I've noticed my ROI when people tell me my bets or donations are actually pretty high. Sixers first quarter. I'm kind of interested in that. We'll get into it. Maybe I'm just falling for the trap at 5.5, but counting on the Leafs to score more than 2 goals in an elimination game is like telling them to come up clutch in crunch time. Wow. Words. I think this is like a 4-2-5-2 Bruins win. That's where I have that. That's what I have in my head is 4-2-5-2 Bruins. Nathan, nope. You're a donation. Boomer arrested. Fair enough. Not talking to you. All righty. Let's get into this one here, which I know we're going to disagree on, and I want to figure out how to bet this game. And I think full game has to be the bet for me in this one here. Let's take a look at the markets here. This line opened up with Philadelphia's 2.5-point favorites. We're up to a 3 now. Line opened up at a 200.5. It's down to a 200. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards Philly. We have 26% of the tickets and 61% of the cash is on the Philadelphia 76ers in this game. 12% of the tickets, 66% of the cash on their money line. 5% of the tickets and 96% of the cash on the over in this game as well. For me, this correlates for me to bet the Sixers. And I'm going to bet the Sixers here. I know we have the opposite. I know you put up the opposite side. I disagree with you, though. And I know you're the NBA. That's why the plays go up the way they do. But I see this game. I see the series going 7, and apparently so does the NBA. Why? because the NBA has brought in reinforcements for this game here. Scott Foster is your head referee, a.k.a. the extender.
Yeah.
Usually series get extended with Scott
Oh,
Foster.
so that
And the
means
market
Philly's a lock, and my Knicks plays are a loser. Got it.
never said that, but
That's what you're saying, yeah.
if there's a prop for it, I would take over on Joel Embiid free throws tonight. If the free throw attempts, if there's a prop for it here, I'm going to lay the 3 in this game. My bad. I'm not going to lay the 3 in the game. Because BetMGM's giving me a 2.5 at -115. I'm only the 2.5 in this game. With the Philadelphia 76ers. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But wow. I love when BetStamp tells me the line is one thing, and then I go on to BetMGM and it's a 3.5, not a 2.5. So I get to go to another book and make the bet there, which Fanatics is hanging a 3, so I'll bet it over on Fanatics. I'm going to take the Sixers in this game.
I'm on the Knicks. I would have looked towards the Sixers if they won last game in a normal way, not coming back from down 6 with 28 seconds to go and have a miraculous run just to get to this game. I think the Knicks close it out. I think they came out pissed off. I think if you wanted to, and I know you could, you'll look at the refs or whatever. I don't really care. It does not matter to me. I think the Knicks are the better team here. They're the healthier team. And when it comes to it, I wouldn't be surprised if Knicks trifecta were to hit, or at least 2 out of 3 of those hit.
Ooh.
This just seems like a spot where this is a Knicks play because everybody's going to see what Philly did last game. Everybody's going to see, the Philly came back. They won in overtime. They're coming back. They're going 7. This is a series has to go 7 in the NBA. No, it doesn't. We don't have to have any.
I mean, you're saying okay, so 26% is everybody. Those are only 26% of the tickets are on the Sixers.
I don't care about the tickets. I don't. It does not matter.
But when you're making that argument, you got to understand that not everybody is on the Sixers.
Well, you could look at it that way, or whatever. It doesn't matter. I know a lot of people look at the Sixers after what they did last game. If there's a game 7, it's the Clippers series. But I do not see this one going 7. Knicks and 6. And this is, don't get me wrong. In my preview video for the entire playoffs, I had Knicks and 7. So I had Knicks and 7. I don't see it now. After last game, it just makes sense.
Fair.
So Knicks money line plus 135.
All right.
Knicks, yes. This is a 7-game series, not the Bruins. I don't think NBA and NHL has anything to do with each other. Knicks, yes. Embiid not 100%. Maxey had a great game. He isn't going to, but he is going to carry them again consistently. No, he's not. Damn refs. It ends tonight. Yes, Philly season's over. Does the ref mean over or under? I will say it was a 199.5 when I did my video last night. So take that as you wish. 76ers game 7. Rockies money line again for my DK up to early promo boost, although Nats and Orioles are quite tempting as well. I do like the Orioles, and I kind of like the Nationals too. I don't care who the refs is. Never been concerned with that. Me too. NBA wants 7. They'll get it with the Clippers series. My numbers say 107
who's
to
more
96.
appealing, though? Joel Embiid playing 7 games or the Clippers playing 7 games?
Hurt Joel Embiid or Luka? I don't know. I think Luka would be the more bigger one. Because Luka's the number 2 or number 3 guy in the league in terms of MVP voting. So, lean Sixers, but so the Embiid can lose game 7 again. Tickets and money has never mattered. I won't say that. I don't watch basketball. I'll be honest, I don't really watch the games either. I just look at numbers and game logs and stuff. I agree with Knicks deserve this, but the NBA wants game 7 in the Mecca. Make better TV, not to mention more money involved. I know.
Yeah, just think.
Robinson's
Game
Dillinger at
7 at
58.
Madison Square Garden.
Are the Bucks a donation? Yes. Well, plus the points, probably not. The money line, probably. Luka's hurt as well. Is he? I don't know. All right, next small baseball card today. But I actually really like small baseball cards, so
And I've already moved on one, and it's this game. Let's get into it, though.
I'll put it up.
Yep, this one should be the obvious one. The Miami Marlins are minus 160 favorites. This one was higher, I believe. This line was higher yesterday. Let's get into it, though, where we have the Marlins minus 160 favorites, total of 7.5 in this game. Lambert and Cabrera, your pitching matchup here. There we go. This line opened up with Miami at 147. Where? And it's up to a 167. I remember seeing this in the 170s yesterday. Maybe that was just a different book. On Bet Online, it opened up at 147, and within 12 minutes went up to 163. So line opened up in an 8, and it's now down to a 7.5. So we move towards the under and a move towards the Marlins in this game here. Let's take a look as we have, once again, the public on the Marlins. 90% of tickets, 74% of cash on Miami. 75% of tickets, 75% of cash on the over, and the line moving towards the under here in this game. This should be pretty self-explanatory. I'm already on the Rockies in this one here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here between Peter Lambert and Edward Cabrera. Lambert, 4.96 ERA, 1.22 whip, 8.27 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%, 2.2 walks per nine, a 3.33 BABIP, a 3.22 FIP, and a 3.06 SIERA. On the flip side, Edward Cabrera, 5.28 ERA, 1.43 whip, 12.33 strikeouts per nine, which is 31%, 3.52 walks per nine, a 3.85 BABIP, a 2.44 FIP, and a 2.99 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Marlins, hitting advantage going towards the Rockies. So 86 WRC plus, which is 25th, compared to 82, which is 26. So slight edge on the hitting, nothing crazy. But fading the Marlins, especially as a monster favorite for me. Colorado Rockies at plus 140.
Yeah, it's going to take more than 2 losses in a row to deter us off the fading Miami Marlins bandwagon. And we're 22-10 doing it this year. So I'm going to keep riding with it. We're continuing to fade, and we're getting nice plus money to do so, plus 140 with the Colorado Rockies. Yes, I do realize the Colorado Rockies are 2-13 on the road. Not pretty. But I will continue to fade the Miami Marlins at all expense, and especially as a huge fave. So Colorado to start off the baseball card as well.
Yep, I like it.
I like first 5 under. Can see that. Marlins better than the Rockies. Are they, though? Are they?
Minus 160 better, though?
I think that's too wide. Marlins, Nerfy, and whoever they play against, money line, love it even more when they face, yes, as an underdog. Nerfy in Marlins and Rangers game. I could see it in the Rangers game. Luis Suarez, 3+ hits. Marlins, Cabrera, 4th best against righties. It's low-key the 1-800-GAMBLER game, but fade the Marlins no matter what. That is correct. This one is not a 1-800-GAMBLER game.
Yeah, I've already put a small bet on this game here, but it was for a different reason. It's nothing I actually capped. But Alex Verdugo is returning for the New York Yankees off of the paternity list.
Oh, God.
I put a small bet on Verdugo home run at 6-1 in this game, because we've seen Machado do this and we saw Harper do this. The game after they came back from paternity leave, they hit a home run. So let's get into the actual capping of the game, though. We have the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. We have the Yankees opening up as minus 110 favorites. It's now 112. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 116. It's now 9 at minus 104. So we do have a move towards the under. We have a move towards the Yankees as well. Carlos Rodon for the New York Yankees, and making his season debut, Kyle Bradish for the Baltimore Orioles. We have nothing for Kyle Bradish. On the flip side, Carlos Rodon, 2.54 ERA, 1.09 whip, 8.26 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%. 3.49 walks per nine, a 233 BABIP, a 4.08 FIP, and a 4.24 SIERA. The bullpen advantage does go towards the Orioles, and the hitting advantage actually goes towards the Orioles as well, who are smashing left-handed pitching, 133 WRC plus, which is second, compared to the Yankees, who are smashing right-handed pitching, 121 WRC plus, which is third. And looking at this game for me, I don't know what to expect from Kyle Bradish making his season debut. I kind of want to see how he looks before betting any of his starts. And for me, I'm not going to be betting this game. I would lean Yankees first five and the under. Those would be my two leans. But with that being said, I'm not getting involved in this game. But it's Yankees or nothing for me.
I mean, I'm going to continue to go with my Orioles every single day experiment. Did lose yesterday. They lost 2-0, which makes the money line 19-11 up 2.1. The run line 17-13 up 10.65. Today, their money line is plus 105, and their run line is plus 190. So I'm going to continue to back the Orioles. Take 3 out of 4 from the Yankees. So let's keep riding with the Orioles every single day. I'm just gonna continue to do it.
Good luck.
No, really, any capping, just a blind bet the entire season, see how it does.
Fair.
Pitching change for the Orioles, but I still like the Nerfy with Bradish more than Irving. Okay. Clippers in 7, Knicks in 7, Orlando in 7, and Milwaukee in 7. 4 7-game series. Let's effing go. Clippers, sure. Knicks, I think, finish it out tonight. Cleveland finishes it out tomorrow, and the Bucks are done tonight. But hey, I like your Clippers one. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's catch it. Hit the like button, people. Show some appreciation, subscribe, and share. Teme, you know the rest of the saying. Yes, it's let's go Nuggets. No, they did not. No, they did not. No, they did not. I had the Orioles yesterday. They need to bounce back today. Yankees, no. Shake my head. There's the link. Lost by 30, the Clips at home. Yes, they did. That was ugly. Soto, home run. Volpe goes yard, first pitch.
Verdugo, home run.
Okay. The Mets need speed. The Mets need power. Pitching, the Mets need power. That's fair.
We'll get
Magic will win tomorrow. I'm not. I gotta cap that game still. I'll probably be on the Cavs again. Cubbies first 5. I'm not gonna talk you off the Cubbies. Although, let's jump into that game. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we have the New York Mets and the Chicago. Huh?
For sure. Cubbies
What?
first 5 would be an interesting look.
Yeah. Let's take a look here. Line open up at a minus 110. It's now a minus 106 for the Mets. We have a 4-cent lab movement towards these Windy City Baby Bears. And the line opened up at an 8, minus 120. It's now an 8 and minus 119. It did click up to an 8.5. At one point, it came right back down. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 33% of tickets and 58% of the cash on the Chicago Cubs. We have 56% of the tickets and 70% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, we have Ben Brown taking on Adrian Hauser. Hauser's been not great at all this year.
That's a nice way to put it.
And Ben Brown's actually pitched pretty well. Brown, 2.11 ERA, 0.94 whip, 8.86 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 1.69 walks per nine, a 2.73 BABIP, a 2.36 FIP, and a 3.16 SIERA. On the flip side, Hauser, 8.37 ERA, a 1.90 whip, 5.32 strikeouts per nine, which is 12%, 6.08 walks per nine, a 3.46 BABIP, a 4.81 FIP, and a 6.05 SIERA. The Mets do have the bullpen advantage, pretty significant there. And the hitting advantage going towards the Mets as well. 109 WRC punch, which is 7th, compared to 93, which is 20th. So we do have the Mets with the hitting advantage, the Mets with the bullpen advantage, but the starting pitching advantage definitely goes towards the Cubbies in this game. The line moving towards the Cubbies in this one here. And I'm kind of interested in the Cubbies early in this game. Cubbies first 5 is kind of a lean for me at the moment. I want to take a look at what the number is for it. -1. I'm seeing -114 on FanDuel is the best available number. -115 on Fanatics. I'm going to try to decide whether or not I'm going to take this Cubbies first 5 or not. I think I am.
I was looking at Adrian Hauser's numbers versus the Cubs recently because I know he's had a decent amount of action against the Cubs. He's had 3 starts in 2022/2023. In those starts, he's gone a combined 16 innings, allowing 11 hits on 1 earned run. So he's actually had some good numbers versus the Cubs. I'll give him that. He's just been awful this year. I don't want to get really involved in this game besides maybe an over, especially after a 1-0 game yesterday. I could definitely see some runs being scored in this one. Is it enough for me to want to try to go after it? No. I feel like I'm going to have maybe one more play on today's card, maybe a second one for looking at the last 2 games that we'll look at. But for this Mets game, it's hard to back Hauser. I'm gonna stay off this game.
Fair.
Only game 7s will happen in the coolest four is Vegas and Nashville. Vegas, yes. Nashville, no. I like the Mets here. Cubs first 5, Mets full game.
That's kind of my lean in this one as well. I wonder what that double result is. I'm gonna move on the Cubbies first 5 here over on FanDuel.
I crossed this Nerfy off my list when I saw the house has collapsed for the Mets.
Hauser. Yeah, Hauser's not been good.
Hauser. Nick, early thoughts on the potential Avs Star Series?
Avs in 6.
What up, Joe? What's up, Lenny? What's up? Not what's up. Sorry, Cubs. Good luck, dude. Let's keep on rolling.
Yeah, we have the Boston Red Sox and the San Francisco Giants. We have the Red Sox -115 favorites, total of 9.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have I clicked the wrong one. Let's see. Kyle Harrison and John Winkowski. Line open up with the Red Sox as -115 favorites. That's now -116. Line open up at a 9 at -105. It's now 9.5 -102. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Red Sox. 1 cent line movement towards the Red Sox. So really not much. 81% of the tickets, 69% of the cash is on the Red Sox, with the line moving ever so slightly towards them. 80% of the tickets, 79% of the cash on the under as well. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Kyle Harrison, Josh Winkowski. Harrison, 4.33 ERA, 1.30 whip, 8.67 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 1.67 walks per 9, a 3.46 BABIP, a 3.45 FIP, and a 3.54 SIERA. On the flip side, Winkowski, 3.94 ERA, 1.69 whip, 8.44 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%. 3.38 walks per 9, a 3.70 BABIP, a 3.6 FIP, and a 3.74 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Red Sox here. And the hitting advantage does go towards the Red Sox here as well. 111 WRC plus, which is 6th against lefties for the Red Sox, and 91 WRC plus, which is 19th against righties for these Giants. Not a game I'm particularly interested in, though. I haven't really bet this series. I haven't had a really good feel over this series, so I'm just staying off again. So it's a pass here for me.
I was kind of leaning Red Sox, but I'm higher on the Red Sox this year. But it looks like it's just going to be a bullpen game, which a bullpen game and a daytime game, it just doesn't shout anything. Well, sorry, Kyle Harrison's actually gone pretty far for the Giants. It's more of a bullpen game for the Red Sox. Yeah, no, I'll have interest in the last 2 games. This one is not the one that I wanted to go after.
Fair.
First 5 money or spread? Which game? Which game though? Nerfy and Sox money line. I could see that. Red Sox smash tonight, or Boston smashes tonight. Sox and Bruins. No. Are the Red Sox for real? They're 18-11 this year. I said they were going to be good. I said in the beginning of the year, this team is a playoff team, and they're currently sitting third in the division, a game and a half back of Baltimore and New York. I'm not saying, and I kind of predicted this. So if the division finished the way it does today, it's exactly how I predicted. Baltimore, New York, Boston, Toronto, Tampa. And Toronto, Tampa are both under 500 and 5 and 6 games back, which is exactly what I expected. I like the under in the Red Sox game. I could see that. I could see the under. Although the total's gone up, so that's kind of weird. Let's head to this one, Nick, and I have interest in this one.
Let's get into it, Will. We have the Texas Rangers and the Washington Nationals. The Rangers minus 215 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have this line opened up at minus 190. It's up to a 197 for the Rangers. This was 215 over on Bovada. 197 here on Bet Online. Line opened up at an 8.5 even money. It's now an 8 at minus 113. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here. 87% of tickets and 56% of the cash is coming in on the Rangers with the line moving towards them. Maybe a little bit of a cash cow situation, I believe, there. 55% of tickets, 55% of the cash is on the under in this game as well. We have Nathan Eovaldi versus Mitchell Parker. Mitchell Parker's looked good in his starts. 1.69 ERA, 0.94 whip, 7.88 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%. 1.13 walks per nine, a 2.83 BABIP. A 1.78 FIP and a 3.21 Sierra. On the flip side, Eovaldi's look pretty good as well. 3 ERA, 1.30 whip, 9.9 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%. 4.8 walks per nine, a 2.78 BABIP, a 4.06 FIP, and a 4.02 Sierra. Bullpen advantage does go towards Washington in this game, and a slight hitting advantage for Texas, 92 WRC plus, which is 18th against lefties, compared to 91 WRC plus, which is 22nd against righties. And looking at this spot here, this is a most likely pass for me. Let me take a look at where the total is moving in this game. I think it's a lean towards the under, and it's a lean towards the Rangers for me. I'm actually kind of interested in that under because both these pitchers have actually been pretty good, and these offenses have kind of struggled a little bit. So it's a lean towards the first 5 under, which is a 5 or a 4.5, my bad. So I lean first 5 under in this game. I lean a little bit towards the Rangers full game, but I don't think I'm playing this one. This card's not the greatest, by the way.
I thought you would hop on the Nationals wagon with me. This is a Nationals team that we've been backing a bunch, Nick, and hey, they've won 5 out of 6. Granted, 4 of those were against the Marlins. We're not going to get into that part. This is a Nationals team that's looked good, and they've been doing it all on the road. I believe this is their last game of a road trip before heading back to D.C. to play Toronto and Baltimore, before heading back on the road for a long road trip. I really like the Nationals to finish off their road trip strong. And Mitchell Parker's been a guy that we've been backing, and he's been nice to us, Nick. He's only allowed 3 earned runs in 16 innings against L.A., Houston, and Miami. Granted, Miami sucks. Houston, he shut out Houston. And they won that game against the Dodgers. So this is a Nationals team that we've been backing, and they've been making us some money. And Mitchell Parker's been fantastic. So I want to be jumping on Mitchell Parker and the Nationals in this game on the money line.
Fair. It's just I don't know. This is just a stay.
That's fine. I understand it's going to be a small card today.
Yep.
If they can't beat the Twins, they aren't a real team tomorrow. Oh, the Red Sox get the Twins tomorrow? Dude, the Twins are the hottest team in baseball. I don't know what you're talking about. Twins have won 10 straight. Granted, they've played the Sisters of the Poor, but they've won 10 straight. All right. Twins. Where's the Twins? Yeah, they swept Chicago. They swept the Angels, and they swept Chicago. So they played garbage, but they have won 10 straight games. So
they won against who was on their schedule.
Yep. I'm on the under in the Nats game. Nats, nerfy first 5. Mitchell Parker, Mitchell Marner. Mitchell Parker's better than Mitchell Marner. There you go. Red Sox, Bruins, parlay. No. Boston smash. I don't think the Bruins win tonight, but that's just me. Boston won by 30 last night. Yes. Oh, by the way, Nick, I saw an interesting trend or an interesting stat with a baseball team we've already talked about today. 13-4. 16-4. The Baltimore Orioles record versus teams over 500. Because I know in the beginning of the year, everybody, I'm only bringing them up real quick because I saw that. In the beginning of the year, everybody's making fun of their schedule. Oh, look how easy it is. And look at all these teams that are now over 500. They've taken a series from Kansas City. They swept Boston, who's 5 games over. They lost 2 out of 3 to Milwaukee. They swept Minnesota. Look what Minnesota's doing now. They've taken 2 out of 3 from Kansas City. They've taken 2 out of 3 so far from the Yankees. By the way, another cool little snippet with MLB. The Oakland Athletics are only 2.5 games back for the division. Anyways, Unicorn will be out until the Eastern Conference Finals, but I know Boston will still beat Cleveland or Orlando without him. I think Cleveland can give them a run for their money. Speaking of Cleveland.
Yeah, different Cleveland team though. We have the Guardians taking on the Astros in this game here. We have the Astros as -135 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where it opened up at a 142 and it's plummeted down to a 125 for the Astros. Line opened up at a 9.5 -110. Now it's a 9 at -104. So we've moved towards the under. We've moved towards the Guardians in this game here. We have 24% of the tickets and 66% of the cash is on the Guardians in this spot. So we do have the line moving towards the Guardians with the big bets coming in on them. 66% is on the under in this game as well. The line, taking a look at the pitching matchup here, where we have Logan Allen and Spencer Arrighetti. Allen's not looked particularly great this year. 5.47 ERA, 1.44 WHIP. 7.86 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 3.76 walks per nine, a 307 BABIP, a 475 FIP, and a 4.48 SIERA. On the flip side, though, Arrighetti, I don't think he's pitched much, but he's a 10.97 ERA and a 2.34 WHIP, 12.66 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, but 5.91 walks per nine, a 500 BABIP, a 3.81 FIP, and a 4.10 SIERA. I don't think that's enough of a sample size, though, for him. Bullpen advantage does go towards Cleveland. Pretty significant bullpen advantage there. Hitting advantage does go towards the Astros, though, who smashed left-handed pitching. And I think they can get to Logan Allen here. 119 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 79, which is 27th. The markets are pointing towards the Cleveland Guardians, but I just don't trust Logan Allen against this Astros team that can hit lefties. And I think I'm just going to stick with my 2 plays for today, and my late night focus will be the Boston Bruins. And then the later in the night, by the way, we forgot to mention it. That Knicks 76ers game starts at 9. You're muted, but yeah.
Yes.
So this is going to be a pass for me to end the card. I will have the Rockies and I'll have the Cubs first 5, and for baseball to me.
I like the Guardians. This is still a Houston team that I want to fade, especially with Spaghetti on the mound. This and the fact that Houston is still minus money is just baffling me at this point. They have not been good all year. I don't think they deserve to be a favorite in this game, even though, yes, it's at home. I think this one should be more of a pick 'em, if not maybe like minus 120, the opposite way with Cleveland. I like Cleveland at plus money in this game. So I'm going to round out the end of my card with the Cleveland Guardians on the money line to kind of finish it out. But when it comes to it, there's only going to be 4 plays up on the site, 1 in each sport. So we're good to go.
Fair.
Back to the chat real quick, Nick. And then, actually, that's actually all the games for today. But yes, back to the chat. Cleveland, yes. Yurfie and Allen with the sure, I could see that. Jose Ramirez home run, sounds good to me. Guardians, yes. Anything, Tim, any EPL today? I wanted to take a shot on Chelsea. 84% of the bets are on Tottenham and only 50. Yes, I'm already on Chelsea. I'm already on Chelsea. Guardians first score, and we're on the San Francisco Giants money line. We did not bet that game. My complete recap of everything I got for today: Chelsea in the EPL, and the Knicks in the NBA. I like the Rockies, the Orioles, the Guardians, and the Nationals in the MLB. And how about some college baseball? Give me Florida. Give me the Florida Gators plus 120 at home versus number 3 Tennessee.
There you go.
Nick?
In MLB, we have some daytime action starting in about 50 minutes. The Colorado Rockies money line plus 140 over on FanDuel, and I'm going to use them as my up 2 promo as well. And then the Chicago Cubs first 5 minus 114 against Adrian Hauser and the Mets there. In the NBA, I'm rocking with the Philadelphia 76ers minus 3. So I'm on Philly there. And then in the NHL, I'm on the Boston Bruins minus 105 to wrap up the series, and the team total over 3 at even money as well.
Sounds good. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Now I'll be taking the over and both teams to score in the Chelsea game. Good luck. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.